That's not elected. The definition of installed is put in like a machine by somebody else. Just like BBC reported 9 years ago, Kim Jong-un installed as North Korea's supreme leader by the dictatorship. See? Installed. Ginsburg wants someone installed. Kim Jong-un was installed. See how that little trick works right there? There's Fox News with her quote, Ginsburg's latest and last wish was not to be replaced until a new president was installed. Kim Jong-un installed as North Korean supreme leader. Let's go through some of these articles. Trump reveals he will announce a woman as Supreme Court nominee next week. We just told you about that. Infowars.com. If you want to share that with folks. Since 1900, 70% of Supreme Court justice nominees were approved in less than 46 days. So that was even before the election or right on it. Oh, but some were done in like 20-something days, 30 days. But now they're saying we're not allowed to do that, you see, because it's not her wishes. Well, what's some baby-killing globalist chicken neck who wasn't even a very good lawyer, she was a known puppet of the left, just a front woman, what that little bug-eyed goblin wants, we don't care. She's in hell now. And by the way, I won't worship her like they do McCain or her and all these globalists. When the media fawns after someone, they love them, they're a disgrace. She's a disgrace. I won't cry over Hitler dying either. She's with Hitler right now in hell. So this morning, I already knew the history, but I wanted to check in on it because I hadn't looked at it in decades, that it was the Western states that first passed women's suffrage so women could vote, because women out West tended to be from Irish, Scottish, English, French, German people that had gotten to the United States first when it was colonies and gone West, and there was already a history of trying to empower women in the West, in those countries. But it was the East Coast that had a lot of migrants that were from Eastern Europe and other areas where there wasn't a lot of history of women having freedom. And so it was actually the West Coast and the middle part of the country that had women's suffrage even before 1900, and then that led it all east. But that was because women were out there skinning bucks, running trot lines, fighting Comanches, and the men had confidence in them knowing how the cow ate the cabbage. Now, with modern feminism, they've made women clients of the state, like women under pimps or something, and the state is their pimp, undermining themselves, undermining their future, destroying families, but believing, as is under the Maoist system, that they are in charge and they are empowered. So when Trump comes out and says, oh, he's going to nominate a woman coming up this week, so they can't counter him, oh, look, it's Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she's a woman. I don't care if it's a man or a woman. But the idea that, oh, America has a problem with women, it's America that trailblazed women having rights. In most of the world, they still don't. But you never hear that. China runs death camps. China kills little girls and says they're worthless, hundreds of millions of them. Oh, but the left doesn't care about that because they're on the Chi-Com payroll. The world, the corporations are threatened by our freedom and our true classical liberalism. But the left is not liberalism. It is the left-hand path. It is the occult. It is black magic. It is deception. And that's who the liberals are today, is a group of lying scum that hate the country and are collaborators and are selling out the destruction of the nation. So here's President Trump reveals he will announce a woman as Supreme Court nominee.
Both the 2016 and the 2018 elections, the American people chose a president and a Senate majority, united in their commitment to selecting nominees who believe in applying the Constitution as written, right? Both the White House and the Senate majority have a moral duty to fulfill the promises they made to the voters, and that is exactly what we're going to do. We said that if for any reason we have a vacancy on the United States Supreme Court. We will fill that vacancy. We're not going to say, and by the way, we have plenty of time. There's a lot of time. You know, you're talking about January 20th, right? So we will uphold equal justice under the law for citizens of every race, color, religion, and creed. I will be putting forth a nominee next week. It will be a woman. It will be a woman unless...
All right, now let's continue here. Before I go to Eric Holder saying they're going to try to pack the court, I'll explain what that means in a moment if you don't know. But here it is, Fox News. Ginsburg's last wish was to not be replaced until a new president is installed. That's not elected. The definition of stalled is put in like a machine by somebody else. Just like BBC reported 9 years ago, Kim Jong-un installed as North Korea's supreme leader by the dictatorship. See, installed. Ginsburg wants someone installed. Kim Jong-un was installed. See how that little trick works right there? Here's Fox News with her quote. Ginsburg's latest and last wish was not to be replaced until a new president was installed. Kim Jong-un installed as North Korean supreme leader. Let's go through some of these articles. Trump reveals he will announce a woman as Supreme Court nominee next week. We just told you about that. Infowars.com if you want to share that with folks. Since 1900, 70% of Supreme Court justice nominees were approved in less than 46 days. So that's even before the election or right on it. Oh, but some were done in like 20-something days, 30 days. But now they're saying we're not allowed to do that, you see, because it's not her wishes. Well, what's some baby-killing globalist chicken neck who wasn't even a very good lawyer, she was an own puppet of the left, just a front woman, what that little bug-eyed goblin wants, we don't care. She's in hell now. And by the way, I won't worship her like they do McCain or her, all these globalists. When the media fawns after someone, they love them, they're a disgrace. She's a disgrace. I won't cry over Hitler dying either. She's with Hitler right now in hell. Burn in hell, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. All the babies you helped kill, all the corruption, you're an America-hating globalist, wanted to overthrow the republic, and you're going to lose, witch, like all your witch-like controllers. Like Michael Moore. Michael Moore urges Pelosi to shut down government to block GOP from filling Ginsburg's seat. Hell, you've already shut down America with your COVID hoax, you demon. And it goes on from there. Op-ed, Democrats have a secret weapon to thwart a rapid Ginsburg replacement. They should use it. And here is Eric Holder, the former attorney general, extremely corrupt individual, telling you how they're going to do it.
You would have a conservative majority on the court, illegitimate conservative majority on the court, ruling on these matters that will affect the nation, for generations to come. And one of the realities is if Merrick Garland had been confirmed, as he should have been, there would have been a progressive majority on the court for the past 3 years. And think about what that meant. So I think that if in fact, they are successful in placing a justice on the court. I think that what Democrats have to do, assuming that Biden is president and there is a Senate majority for the Democrats, we need to think about court reform. And at a minimum, as part of that reform package, I think additional justices need to be placed on the Supreme Court.
Yeah, put 100 of your people on. Hell, make it 5,000 on the court. Here's what Pelosi had to say when she was asked about a new impeachment. She nodded her head and signaled, yes, let's have impeachment purely because you don't want America to save itself from your party that literally says the country shouldn't exist. You Chi-Com agent, you enemy of humanity, you monster crypt keeper, Nancy Pelosi.
Out there and vote, but even that's no guarantee that the White House and Senate Republicans won't try to push through a Supreme Court nomination in a lame duck session, even if Joe Biden wins on November 3rd, even if Democrats pick up seats in the House and maybe even the Senate. So what can you do then? Some have mentioned the possibility, if they try to push through a nominee in a lame duck session, that you in the House could move to impeach President Trump or Attorney General Barr as a way of stalling and preventing the Senate from acting on this nomination.
Well, we have our options. We have arrows in our quiver that I'm not about to discuss right now. But the fact is, we have a big challenge in our country.
Yeah, you have
this
a rotting
president
brain.
has threatened to not even accept the results of the election with statements that he and his...
And they're the ones that keep saying that because they know they're losers. They literally exist to censor us, to bully us with the Chi-Coms. They are not Americans. This is going to come down to a fight over how many people are awake and how many aren't. They're going to contest the election. They're going to say Trump lost. They're super pissed that I'm on air.
I want them shut down. I want them silenced. I want them muted. I think they are horrible for our society.
You kept us on air. We did the analysis first. It's now gone mainstream. We continue to be the epicenter. And what they've said directly to us is you continue to be the epicenter of our plans not going the way we want. And you need to stop right now. And they're very, very serious. Well, I'm not signing on with a bunch of devil-worshipping child molesters. This is not going to happen. So they are moving now to destroy me. I used to say support InfoWars, rescue InfoWars, save yourself, save the world. We're in this together. Because let me tell you something. Communism's up here, InfoWars is the dam blocking it, which is all of us together supporting, and you and I are all down here with our families. My children are right here. But I need money to fight a war, and I need word of mouth, and I need prayer, and I need action, because that dam's gonna come down. Trump's told you, hell's coming. I've talked to the EMS and I've talked to medical doctors, and what makes you nauseated is it's not just the smell of piss. What we call the smell of bum piss. It has that sweet, nauseating smell. Some say sweet. Well, it does. It's a sweet stench. It makes me want to throw up like rotten meat. It is the crap of dust mites.
Have you noticed the stench of bum piss in your leftist-run neighborhoods? The crap of dust mites in bum piss is a real thing, and InfoWars Store has the solution. InfoWars has created the most powerful herbal lung cleanse and respiratory support product on the market, with over 1,000 types of mold and mildew, toxic chemicals, and yes, dust mites. Our Lung Cleanse Plus, made with organic and wild cultivated herbs, is just what you need to survive the unprecedented surge of bum piss and other toxic substances in liberal leftist cities everywhere. Order the InfoWars Life Lung Cleanse Plus supplement today at InfoWarsStore.com.